Hey yo, what up? It's Lemek with selahsportstv back at it again. Cheer. So, it appears we got to talk about one Mr. Turki Al-Sheikh again. Mr. Turki Al-Sheikh foiling the plans of that fucking villain, one Al Heyman. You see, Al Heyman and the Pbc'S, they haven't learned their lesson. You would have thought they had. I mean, goddamn, they don't even have a network, right? They trying to salvage everything they have with this bare bones Amazon deal that they have, right? They got less than 20 fights in the whole year. Less than 20 fights in the whole fucking year. But guess what they got time for? They got time to try to freeze out Terrence Crawford. Somehow they still got time to try to freeze out Bud Crawford. Like, that's amazing to me. With so much important shit that their business is relying on, it appears, right? I don't have no inside sources, right? But it appears as though they still playing the same fucktard games, right? What am I talking about? Well, I want to say, maybe, was it last week? Maybe a couple weeks ago, whenever it was. A couple weeks ago, right? Tim Tszyu was about to face Sebastian Fundora, right? And before that funny thing happened, before the fight even happened, Tim Tszyu is coming out saying, yeah, I would face Errol Spence. I want to face Errol Spence. And it's like, or his manager, right? It's like this shit just come out of left field, right? But no, it don't come out of fucking left field. Don't come out of left field. Because Errol Spence was at the fight. We already know what happened with that, right? He in the ring talking about, yeah, you ain't fucking with the big dog now. Like, he had amnesia, right? We already know. But the bottom line is, the play was in to keep Bud out and away from that belt. Right? From those belts, I should say. Well, the WBO, we know they're not having it. That's basically Bud's belt until he loses. That's going to be Bud's belt until somebody can take it from him. That WBO is Bud's belt. No matter who got it, it's just a matter of time. You're going to have to beat. He's the real WBO champion, basically. Because when it comes to your division, it's his Mando. So it's like, you got to beat him to keep that WBO belt, right? Fine. But that other belt, though, I want to say it's the WBC. It's either WBC or IBF. What is it? See the IBF, they just kind of screw Bud, at welter. So, but that's not what this video is about. This video is about them actually trying to do that shit again. But Turki Al-Sheikh, Mr. Turki Al-Sheikh, man, this guy comes in again, and he has a penchant for knowing who the good guy is. If you notice, you don't see him out here trying to work deals and trying to kiss Canelo's ass. He ain't doing that. He sees how arrogant Canelo is, but see, Canelo, he's playing the wrong game with the wrong people. Now, Canelo's probably fine. He's probably like, man, fuck him. I don't want nothing from him. And that's fine too, right? But if you did want something from him, he might have fucked himself with that, right? Them people real big on respect, as everybody should be, but they are. And that could be seen as disrespect. If anybody wanted anybody, right? Like, just anybody got 200 million, just like anybody got 200 million. So he just threw it out there in a like flippant way, right? So you didn't hear them say nothing about working with Canelo, right? They don't want to put on the type of fights that he likes. They don't want those. They're not the type of fights that they want to put on, right? The snooze fest, the fights that are predetermined, all that shit, fighting guys from 2 weight classes down, but not fighting certain other guys from other weight classes that are lower. They want to fight you. They ain't with that. They know who the Lions are, right? So they ain't with that shit. And shout out to Turki. I mean, and the reason why I'm saying that is like he's coming in basically saying, no, I want to work with you, bud. I want to put you. He wants to put Bud in there. Madridov. The name slipped. The name. Certain names kind of slipped my mind, but that motherfucker can fight. He got big power. I'll say that. He got big power, right? Big power, and he can take a punch too. So it's gonna be very interesting. It's gonna be very interesting going forward. Al Heyman maybe earned an enemy. Is he earning in the process of earning an enemy? Right? Is that what we're seeing now? I don't know. It's pretty interesting because Mr. Turki Al-Sheikh intervened with David Benavidez too. He's like, no, we want to put you in this fight with this guy, right? And we saw David Benavidez basically come out and admit that he's got a slave contract on him. Al Heyman gotta go, bro. Like, he can't even serve these guys. If I were David Benavidez, bro, if you let Al Heyman get between you and that legacy money, that life-changing generational money that's over there, the dude said he want to work with you, but you, no. No. But here's the thing. I'm not going to play stupid. And I'm going to go ahead and say this because a lot of people like to play stupid. It's like, just because I like David Benavidez, the fighter, that don't mean that I sign off on his management. That don't mean I'll fuck with Sam Lukowitz, right? It don't even mean I'm a fan of his dad. It don't mean that. It don't mean I'm not, but like, it just, I'm here for the boxers, right? For the boxing. That's what it's all about. Fan of the fucking sport. So, with that said, I'm not a fan of Lukowitz. I'm not a fan of Mr. Lukowitz. I'm not. Like, I've always seen him as kind of slimy, right? I've always seen him that way. Things he said, he just comes across as a real piece of work, right? Real piece of work. I don't know the guy, so I don't want to get, I'm just saying with the eye test in conjunction with things that he said, right? The eye test in conjunction with things that he said leads me to believe that, right? As far as Jose Benavidez Sr., he's all right. You know, sometimes I think he gets a little chatty as well. You know, I think some of the stuff that was going on with Caleb Plant, I thought was unnecessary. You know, even though I get it, Caleb Plant was talking, but he's talking like those are between fighters. Like, I don't like when, you know, trainers get involved and trainers, you're just doing your job. I get it. It's your son. I get it. But I will also say, now that I mentioned that, I will also say he seems to have kind of outgrown that a little bit, right? He's not, I don't really see him getting out of pocket too much anymore, right? But shout out to Mr. Turki Al-Sheikh coming through again. Crawford's probably gonna get that big fight over there with the Saudis. I mean, if the deal is right for him, right? We can't just say it's done. Like, the deal is still got to make sense to Terrence Crawford, and he got to want the fight. But we know Bud. Like, it's another division, 154, dangerous fight. I like it. You know, and depending on what they talking about, he might be able to ride out on that note, right? He might be able to ride out on that note, because once Canelo's made up his mind to not fight you, he's not going to do it. Like, now, it's a confidence thing. It's a fear factor thing. Like, the monster's too big now. He's not going to fight nobody that we think he should. right? I'll just leave it there. If you like the video, bang off on that like button one time. Peace.